Let's go. Hey, what's up, everyone? It is your girl, your favorite podcast host, Candy. Well, I better be your favorite. Yeah, I know I say that every time. I may sound like a bully, like, girl, every time I come listening to your podcast, you're telling us I better be your favorite host and all of this stuff. Guys, I'm just joking, kind of, sort of. But anyway, welcome back to another podcast episode. And I'm super excited about this episode because, for one, it's a family member. Yep, I finally have a family member in the hot seat. I have amazing family members, and some of them, they are open to coming on, and then some of them are like, no. So one time my mother, I had her come down. I made it seem like I was having something amazing going on in my life. And I'm like, okay, girl, you're going to be a guest on my show. And she's like, wait, what? What am I going to say? And it was a fun time. So for this particular episode, I know you guys saw the title. This is a great topic for me to discuss with my listeners because I feel like a lot of women in our community, the Black community, we don't talk about it as far as the challenges that we face, right? A lot of women suffer in silence when it comes to infertility. And you feel shamed, right? You feel like, why me? And then when you do come out and say, hey, I'm struggling with infertility, you realize it's a community. It's a lot of me too. Oh my God. And everybody's sharing stories and, you can get the support that you need. So I also work in the medical field for my 9-to-5. So my 9-to-5 is used to fund my dreams, right? And so we do these type of cafe chats, like cafe conversations. It's like really good. So we had a cafe conversation where we were talking about infertility, and I've never experienced like a miscarriage or any type of infertility issues, thank God. And I was just listening to the stories. I do have friends and family members who've, experienced those type of things, and I've always just felt really sad for them and, sent up prayers. And some of them have faced the infertility issues and got really like knocked down and never tried again. And then I've seen some that battled the infertility issues and just kept trying, kept trying, have a disappointment this month, came back. And I'm just like, wow, that's amazing. So we were just listening to the different stories, and women are using different avenues to become mothers. So I think that in our community, sometimes we don't have the resources and we don't have the knowledge a lot of times, or sometimes we look down on things, right? Because of the fact that we don't have the correct knowledge, right? So if you don't know about something, you'll be like, oh, why are you doing that? Or you're side-eyeing it, right? But once you learn about it and you educate yourself, you can be like, oh, well, maybe that will work for me. Or, oh, that's cool, right? You can become open-minded. So surrogacy is an amazing thing, right? So I wanted to talk about Black women and the rising need for surrogacy and even egg donation in the Black community. So surrogacy is not legal in all 50 states. Can you believe that? In 2024, surrogacy, something that's beautiful, something that can assist someone else, something that can add to our population here in America, is not legal in all 50 states. Excuse me. And individual states have the power to determine the legality of surrogacy agreements, right? So some states where surrogacy is illegal, it's like only three, I believe. It's Michigan, Louisiana, and Nebraska. Now, I went to Google. Sometimes Google is correct, sometimes it isn't. So if you're listening and you're like, that's incorrect information, listen, do your own research as well, right? I'm only one person, and Google gives millions of results. So at the top, this is what it gave me. I did not do a deep dive. So it's up to you if you're interested in doing a surrogacy. If you want to be a surrogate or use a surrogate, it's up to you to do the deep dive and research it. So this is what it's saying for me, and I'm just, whatever. It says Michigan, Louisiana, Nebraska. At this time, it is illegal for surrogacy. Other states with less friendly surrogacy laws include Arizona and Indiana. And some states that are considered surrogacy friendly include California, Connecticut, Delaware, D.C. Well, D.C. is District of Columbia, Maine, New Hampshire, Nevada, Oregon, and Rhode Island. And then my family member, she just informed me that in 2021, the state of New York just became legal. They're part of that group that I just named, those states. Can you believe it? In 2021, I'm like, what? Because we usually go hard, as far as like getting, laws passed. Like, we need it, we want it now. Like, what the heck? Like, that is so late. So, if you live in the state of New York, congrats to you. You are able to use a surrogate. It's such an amazing thing, right? So a lot of celebrities have opted for using a surrogate. We know that Gabrielle Union, she had infertility issues, so she became a mother through surrogacy, which is beautiful. Little Kavia James. I believe Naomi Campbell, she doesn't really go in too much on how she became a mother, but God bless her. She is now a mother of two. She has a son and a daughter, so she is a mother. And who else did surrogacy? Of course, they're pretty open about it. It was Khloe Kardashian and then also 𝐇𝐄𝐑. Now, with the surrogacy process, you can't give too many details because there's laws involved. I believe we also have it here in Georgia. It's legal as well. So I wanted to bring someone on. Like I said, they're in my family. My mother shared with me. And when my mother shared, like, oh, they're going to be a surrogate. When she said it, I was like, I could see it. Because she's always just been such a gentle, kind-hearted person ever since she was young. You know the word demure is trending, right? Listen, she's been demure before demure was even like a popular word that you guys are using. Like, it's always been in the, dictionary, just in the cut, chilling. But she's always just been that, very shy, reserved. I mean, she'll talk amongst us because, we're a family. But she's just always been very mellow, chill, dainty, girly, and we just loved it. She's always just been a joy to be around. So she's also a mother of twins, right? So to now say, you know what? God has blessed me double. She has identical twin boys. God has blessed me double. I am now going to bless someone else is so on brand for her. I'm just like, oh my goodness. And it's so crazy because of the fact that as I've gotten older, I'm like, you know what? I will be open to, using a surrogate because of the fact that I've waited. I'll be 42 in November. I've waited. I decided to go towards my career. Having children wasn't at the top of my list. I wanted to get the money first because I wanted to be able to give them a certain lifestyle. But now it's just like, hello, lady, those eggs don't last forever. And not saying that, oh, I don't have the eggs. I do have the eggs. I did the test. It's this particular test that you have to do to see, if you have eggs and everything. But as we age, when we're born, we get a certain amount of eggs. But as time goes on, those eggs decrease. And then when you get to a certain age, the healthiness of the egg, it, decreases. So you have to do what you have to do. Now, as Black women, we don't know about freezing eggs. You know what I mean? We know about it now, but my age group and at the time when we're growing up, we didn't know about freezing eggs. And I'm so glad that those things are being talked about now. So then women who would like to go after their career, they can say, you know what? Let me go ahead and freeze these eggs so then that way I can spin the block and get my family at that time if I want to. So I would like to go ahead and introduce the guest for today. Hey, Marshe.
Hey, Candy.
How are you, cuz?
Good. How are you?
I am good. Are you nervous?
A little.
I knew it. I know you're looking like, oh God, when is she going to call me to the stage? All right. I was like, let me bring her on before she falls asleep because do you want to go ahead and share the good news about the surrogacy?
Yeah. I'm finally past my first trimester, so I'm 12 weeks.
Yay! So for everyone that's listening, pretty much in the surrogacy terms, she had a successful transfer.
Yes.
Can you just give them like a little insight on the process of how it all began, if you can, because I know that you're limited on what you can share.
Well, with the transfer, I had to travel 30 minutes away from my hometown. Um, it was pretty scary because I didn't know what to expect. It was a lot of preparation. Um, so I went to a town called Syracuse, New York. It's a big doctor's office. It's really cool. I can't even explain it. But they ended up inserting the embryos inside of me, and usually, well, it's a 50-50 chance of the transfer going through. So it went through and I didn't feel anything. It didn't hurt. It's been an easy process. Like, I really thank God it's been an easy process so far. Yep, and everybody's excited.
Wow, that is amazing. So, like, every aspect of like the surrogacy journey is inspiring. So, what made you want to do such a selfless like act, like, and a big commitment like this?
So in 2020, uh, the world was just weird. Like, I don't know how to explain because it was COVID, everything was shutting down. Um, I ended up, I've always been close to God, but I ended up getting closer, and I wanted to like ask Him what's my purpose. So I'm like, well, what is it like? What else, what can I do in this world to help somebody? And I was on TikTok and I was scrolling and I seen a surrogate, and she was very like nice. Like, I followed her immediately and I started learning about surrogacy, and then I realized that it wasn't legal. So I'm like, dang. Like, I just put it to the side. I'm like, okay, whatever. And then I happened to pass by another surrogate in 2021. And I'm like, well, let me look it up. Maybe it became legal in a year. Let's see. And it actually did. And I was so happy. And from there, I went down, like you said earlier, deep dive. uh, it took me like a year to research everything. I wanted to know a lot before I just jumped into it. So I researched and I found an agency, and I loved the agency. It had good reviews. Um, and yeah, I went from there.
Okay, wonderful. So you've already mentioned how far along you are. You said you're in the first trimester. Can you mention the weeks again? I think I missed that.
12.
Okay, you are 12 weeks.
Hmm.
And how do the boys feel about it? Because you have twin boys. How old are they? Just for the
Um,
audience.
my boys are 11.
Oh, okay. So they are pretty old enough and mature enough to understand what's going on.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
So what have they said?
They were actually the second people that I've told, because first I told my mom. I asked her how she thought about it, what she thought about it,
Mm-hmm.
and she was supportive, 100%.
Okay.
Um, yeah, and then I told the boys, and they're boys. They just go along with anything their mother does. They're cool. They're nonchalant,
Okay.
and they're very supportive. They help me if I'm sick one day. I love them.
Yeah, you know how boys and the moms are, so I know you're just appreciative that you have two
Yes.
sweet boys. Your boys are real well mannered and good kids. I mean, you and your brother were great kids also, so I'm pretty sure it passed on to your children. And what about the boy's father? What did he say? Like, what's going on?
Yeah, so I told him, he's very supportive. He didn't know a lot about it, so of course he was a little iffy at first. He had a couple questions, like everyone does. So that was about it. But he was like, "That's so dope,
Okay.
and good luck."
Wow, that's good because you guys still have that good, healthy co-parenting situation. So that's wonderful.
Yes.
All right, and will the children, just because most people will ask, the
Hmm.
babies when surrogates carry, they do not have any of the carrying surrogates DNA, correct?
Correct. So
Okay.
it's two types of surrogates. It's a traditional and a gestational. Traditional is using the woman's eggs, the surrogate's eggs. So I'm a gestational. I'm using their eggs, their embryos basically. So the baby won't have any of my DNA. I'm just like an incubator or oven.
Oh, wow. Thank you for saying
Yeah.
that. I didn't know anything. So, ladies, look, it's two types. So you said traditional and
Hmm.
gestational. So when you go in, say if you're interested in using a surrogate, you would just have to specify what you would like to
Yes.
use. Okay.
Yep.
All right. So ladies, make sure you let the agency know what you want. And is there any risk between either or?
No.
Okay.
No.
All right. Now, what's going to happen when the journey is over? Like, once the baby arrives, will you still have like any connection?
Yes. So that is what you establish in the very beginning in your contract. Like, what do you want to happen after? Like, do you want to just receive pictures? Like, um, on both ends, even with the parents, do you want the surrogate to be in the baby's life? And my situation, I said I didn't care. I'd be happy with just being Facebook friends and watching the baby grow up. That's exciting to me. I just want to see it grow up.
Oh, okay. Just to see how the child just turns out.
Yes, but we'll always be connected. Like, we text all the time. I'm sure the texting won't stop.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Hmm.
And then they're only 30 minutes away.
Right,
Okay.
correct.
Now, how have you been feeling as far as compared to, if you can remember, your
Hmm.
first pregnancy with the twins compared to
Hmm.
this one? Can you recall?
So, 2013, I had the boys. I was 18, had them at 19. Um, Very different. I'm older now. I just turned 30. I didn't get sickness. I've been sick my first trimester, but with the twins, I didn't get sick. So it's new to me. It's not unbearable. Like, I don't know. It's worth it at the end of the day.
Okay. And tell them about with the twins because it was pretty I will say like I don't know how I want to describe it and I hate that I keep saying but
Me too.
you well I'll just tell them so cuz you may not get what I'm saying. You
Mhm.
gave birth to the twins at 19, but you gave birth to them vaginal, right?
Yes.
I couldn't
Hmm.
believe it. Like we were all shocked because we were just like Excuse me, what? And they were, tell them how much they weighed and everything, because the numbers are crazy.
Yeah, so the boys were 5 and 9 and 4 and 11 ounces. 4 pounds and
Yeah,
11.
right. And they were full
Yep.
at full term in a sense, right?
Yes. Yep.
See,
They were full term.
it was
Hmm.
everybody was just like OMG because twins, they sometimes come premature.
Correct.
And
Right.
so you carried full term and you delivered vaginally. Girl,
Hmm.
you are like a unicorn.
I
So
know.
you are built for this. Did they say since you are now 30, did they say that you may have to do a different type of delivery or are they unsure?
No. If everything goes good, I should be able to do vaginally again.
Vaginally again. Okay.
Yes.
Now will they be at the hospital and did they pick the hospital that you'll deliver at? Like are they in deep like that as well?
Actually, I use my OBGYN in my hospital, which
Okay.
is good.
Okay.
Yeah, they get their own room at the end, like when it's time to deliver, and the baby goes right to them.
Oh, so as soon as the baby comes, you just pass it on and the mother does the
Mm-hmm.
skin to skin and do the connection.
Yes.
Oh, that's
Yep.
beautiful. Now, are you scared? How's your nerves?
I'm not too scared. I just hope it goes like the first time, but every pregnancy is different, so I'm expecting whatever, but I'm okay with whatever. I know God is going to protect me, so I'm
Okay.
okay.
God is in control. That is definitely true.
Yes.
Now, how do you feel about like when you tell people that you're a surrogate? Do you feel that people don't have knowledge of it or they just like are side-eyeing you like, girl, why are you doing this? You need to keep the baby. Like, what type of reactions are you getting from non-family members?
So, I've been telling my coworkers, and I haven't gotten any side eye there. Everyone thinks it's so beautiful. Even one of my coworkers started crying. I'm like, oh my God.
Oh, wow.
Yes. So yeah, I don't get side eyed. I do get a lot of questions because a lot of people aren't privy to all the information.
Oh, okay. So they know, they've heard about it, but they just have never
Hmm.
met someone that actually did it.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah, I think a lot of us all are on that same page. Like we either see it from afar, like on social media, or either on Lifetime.
Yes. Exactly.
And then on Lifetime, it's always like a crazy story, like a baby agency, somebody trying to run off with the kid. You're looking like, girl, you want to do that? Like, are you sure you're safe? Is it a safe measure? So just explain to the listeners, you're going through a safe agency. Everything is through legal
Mhm.
paperwork. Is that correct?
Yes. Correct.
Okay, they didn't find you on Facebook or Craigslist.
Mm-mm. No. No way.
Okay. Now, would you ever do egg donations?
No, because I feel like that would be me doing a traditional. I don't know. It's just my opinion. I don't want a baby out there with my DNA. I feel like that's my child. So I don't. I just decide not to do that.
Oh, I get what you're saying because these will
Hmm.
be your actual eggs just out in the
Yes.
world and anyone can use it.
Yes.
So that will be like a piece of you.
Hmm.
Oh, okay. So like, oh, I get it because like when men are donating the sperm, they have mad
Yes.
kids out there.
Hmm.
No, it is.
Exactly.
No, that is so hilarious. Well, not hilarious
Yes.
because of that.
It's cool.
But no, it is a cool situation because they're helping, but I get why you're saying it.
Hmm.
I actually worked in a building where they had it was like a fertility center, and a lot of younger girls donate their eggs during like college years
Hmm.
because you get paid a lot of money
Yes.
depending on your race and your age and your quality of eggs. So
Hmm.
this one guy was like, "Well, how much do you get paid?" She was Asian,
Hmm.
and a lot of times for Asian eggs, they probably need them. Child,
Yeah.
she was like a lot. Like, and I was like, okay, just tell me the number. You know me. She was like, I think she said like some grand, like she was like, it was just a lot. And I was like,
Wow.
wow. I was like, man. So that I try
Wow.
to go up there like, hi, what about ma'am? Get
Hmm.
your old ass. Like, I'm not even 35. Well, guys, anytime you try to do anything like surrogacy or egg donation, you do have
Hmm.
to be within an age range. So just keep in
Yes.
mind, I don't want you to listen and think like, okay, I need some extra cash. Let me try to go. No, you do have to meet certain qualifications. So, Marsha, I
Hmm.
think that you're right at almost the peak. So you're doing it at a good time because
Yes.
once you like even for freezing your eggs, guys, once you hit 40, you can't even freeze your eggs because their eggs, the healthiness, it
Hmm.
starts to depreciate. Freezing them will literally kill them.
Yeah.
Yeah, so age does play a factor. I'm not trying to discourage anyone. It's just the science behind it, or whatever. So once you have the baby, will you do it again, or is this your one and done to society?
I think I would want to do it again.
Oh, so you'll be able to do one more?
Hmm. With surrogacy, you can do it up to 4 times.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Hmm.
Would you do it for the same family if they asked, or would you do it for another family?
I do it for another family.
Okay, so you would do another
But
family.
if the family that I'm working with now, they actually did ask me. Well,
Oh,
they just put it in my head, like, would I do it again? Because they might want a sibling. So I just told them, yeah, I do it again.
wait, Marche, did you get pregnant on the first transfer?
Yes.
That's probably why too. They're like, "Oh, she took on the first transfer. Definitely, let's do her again." No, seriously, because when you don't have to keep trying so much, and you did it on the first
Mhm.
try, that's just like wonderful. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, they're gonna like, yeah, let's let's use this one again.
Mm.
Wait,
Yeah.
so are you still working your career that you were
Yes,
working
I
for? Okay,
am.
so you're still working
Mhm.
there now. Will your maternity benefits go into play?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so with being a surrogate, there is qualifications and you have to have a job. That is one of the qualifications because they want to see if you're stable.
Oh. Oh, okay. So,
Yeah.
yeah, guys, it's really not like TV because people will try to abuse certain situations and have you
Mhm.
take care of them and like and use it as a system making babies. Oh, I need this, I need that, and if you don't
Yeah.
give it to me, got you. So you still need to work, sis, and you need to
Yes.
utilize your own benefits.
Mhm.
Got it. Wow, this is really interesting.
Mhm.
So, do you send them the ultrasounds and everything?
Yes, every appointment I send them ultrasounds. This appointment, I don't know if they're gonna tell me if it's a boy or girl. I think it's a little too early, but I looked on Google. It says sometimes you can figure out what the baby is at 12 weeks. So we'll see. But appointments like that, I'll call them or FaceTime them.
Okay.
Um, that's about the only appointment I'll probably FaceTime them on. But yeah, if I just send them ultrasound pictures every appointment.
Okay. Do they want a gender reveal?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. They said they'll be blessed with whatever they get. So
Oh, okay, they're not pressed for a gender. They're just like we
yeah.
just want a healthy baby. And you
Hmm.
explained, I don't know if we can say this about what you had shared, so I won't say it. The family, so no. All right. Yeah. I just want to make sure we're asking this about the questions that you typically get asked. Is there anything
Hmm.
that you get asked that you wanted to, answer here today?
Mm, I get asked so much. I think I answered most of them.
Oh, no, you
Mm,
didn't answer this one. Can you take the
mm.
baby if you wanted to at the end, like change your mind like an adoption?
So no, that's not possible with the legal. That's
Okay.
why that's like the most important part of the whole process because you can't take them, you can't. Yeah, it's just not. I've never seen the surrogate movies that you're talking about, and I was talking to my agency, and they asked me, "Have I seen any?" And I said no, and they were like, "Good, don't," because it's all false. Maybe now that I
Oh.
am and I know information, I'll watch it now. But yeah.
No, I mean, I watched all of this stuff. Like, I like Lifetime and movies and all of that. So
Hmm.
if you watch that type of stuff, like, then you're gonna, see it. But it used to
Yeah.
be really bad, like the black market, when people used
Hmm.
to just really want babies, and now it's like, cut down on. I would hope, but especially with like more states allowing surrogacy to be available, because like
Hmm.
we just went over, it's only a few that's not. Hopefully they'll be able to get those laws into place where they can make it legal,
Right.
because a lot of people want motherhood and they can't. Adoption is sometimes too hard because, like we just said, someone can change their mind at the end. um the IVF process can be so costly. This process is also costly too. I did do my research. It can
Yes.
be a little costly as well. So I just wanted to let my sisters know that it is an option. If you can even do it within your family. Um,
Hmm.
my best friend at the time, well, she's my best friend, but we were just joking. She was like, "Well, hurry up. If you want me to carry, I got one more." And I was like, "Okay, I'll let you know. I'll let you know." We were just joking, or whatever. But you can also consider a friend. You can go to a family member if you want them to carry your child. Even the
Mhm.
brat was sort of a surrogate for her own child. She
Right.
carried for Judy because Judy couldn't carry, so she was the one that
Hmm.
carried in their relationship. So if you are experiencing any type of infertility, don't be discouraged. Remain optimistic, and I would just say consider all things, consider all options. Don't allow anyone to get in your head about certain things. That will be their point of view, that will be their opinion. Do what's best for you when you want to obtain a certain lifestyle. So if you want to be a mother, research different ways on how you can be a mother as long as they're legal and safe. We don't want you out
Yeah.
here stealing babies, and use the black market. Do not use Craigslist or Facebook because sometimes those things are not safe. I know people who have done those things and, possibly had their kid. But then I also saw court shows where people tried to use someone's sperm and then they got mad because the guy couldn't give them enough sperm and they tried to sue him,
That's crazy.
and they took him to small claims, but small claims gets picked up by those Judge Judy shows and everything. And they typically pay them for those situations, but just use real agencies. Um, how did you find your agency, Marshe, when you signed up to be a surrogate? Did you just Google, or was it word of mouth, or was it just TikTok?
So it was Google because once I seen it on TikTok, I'm like, okay, what are some agencies in New York?
Mm-hmm.
And the agency I'm happy to work with is they help put the law in place. So I just was like, oh yeah, they're perfect because they know everything. I know they won't steer me wrong. And I just went with them.
Got you. Okay. So I don't want to take up any more of your time. I hear you over there yarning.
Yeah, I know I work
Um,
overnight.
no, yeah, you're working and you're in the first trimester. So I want to respect your time and make sure you get the rest that you need because you're baking the baby. All right. So how can they
Okay.
follow the journey? I want you to make sure that you give your TikTok so we can stay up to date with the journey.
Okay, so I'm only on TikTok right now doing the journey. You guys can follow me, just a Zero Girly, JUSTAHSURROGIRLIE. And yeah,
All
I'm
right.
currently doing my journey. So I hope you guys follow me.
Okay. Yes, please follow her. She will do different videos and also answer questions and along the way. What's the due date?
The due date is April 20th.
April 20th. Okay.
Mhm.
Well, blessings to you, Marshe. This is such a, like I said, a selfless act. And thank you for sharing your story and your journey. And I'm proud of you, cuz. Keep doing your thing. You're an amazing mom. And, you know, although we don't speak often, I see you, I love you, and I'm proud of you, okay?
Thank you so much. I love you too.
All right, so it is a wrap. Be sure to leave me a review on Apple Podcasts, not just a 5-star, but talk to me and let me know how you are feeling the podcast. Thank you for checking out Dope Chick with Ambition podcast. Mwah.